here. I'm here with Vipin Gola, and we're going to discuss the issue of poverty in the third world and what can be done to help combat it. Thank you for joining us, Vipin.
Thank you, Jack, for inviting me for this debate, and I'm honored to be here.
Obviously the issue of poverty in the third world is very real. What do you think makes some countries rich and some countries poor? Is it an accident of fate, the existence of natural resources, perhaps the economic structure of those nations? What are your thoughts?
Uh, since I belong to one of third world country, India, though India is considered as an emerging country. Maybe after 25 years, we may be respected like China is being respected today. So what I can figure out and what I know, I may be wrong, I may be right, but what I know, the factor behind any country's rich or poor is that first in natural resources. One of the reason is natural resources. Like some Arab countries, they have natural resources. So I believe that only having a natural resources is very good for them. They are earning good income from oil, and but in case of India, we didn't have neither we have oil, uh, crude oil in India. We don't have much resources. 75% of oil we import from Arab countries, so we don't have natural resources. Second reason is, do we have a good labor? But in case of India, we have a good skilled labor, and it is working now. Just 20 years back, uh, we the labor was not as good as now. I mean, I meant to say that India didn't have skilled labor, but now India is known for its IT service sector, and people who used to work only in agriculture, they are now shifting towards a service sector. So in case of India, uh, skilled labor might work. So second reason is skilled labor can work. The third reason could be good economic policy. Like we were discussing last time that some socialist economy, like giving subsidy to everything. Uh, in short run, they sound good to people, to poor people. Okay, I will be getting uh, commodity in cheap price, but it has effect. Maybe government who is spending money on subsidy, they could have spent this money somewhere else. So I believe these three are the main reason which I can think of now. What do
Yeah,
you
it's
think?
very important to trace not only the immediate effects of government policy, but also the secondary or tertiary effects, the less obvious long-term consequences of any particular action. I think that it's not sufficient to have a lot of natural resources in order to develop a wealthy country, because certainly Africa is lush with natural resources, and yet no one would argue that that's the richest continent on Earth. I wanted to, of course, say that it doesn't help or contribute, but simply that the existence of natural resources isn't enough. And another to bolster this point, look at the example of Hong Kong, a barren island with practically no natural resources, which has become the financial center of Asia, because for most of the latter half of the 20th century, they were perhaps the closest approximation to laissez-faire of all the nations on Earth. So I think that economic policy, and particularly the degree of economic freedom extant in a nation, is the prime cause of whether a nation becomes rich or poor.
You gave an example of Africa, but if I'm not wrong, when I say that natural resource is helpful, then I'm considering all other things are normal. But in case of Africa, they are in civil war kind of situation, and because of this, they don't have a strong political system. They don't have a good law and order. So because of this, they are not able to to provide security to companies which are oil producing company which are present there. So I think Africa can emerge as a I mean, especially Africa and South African country like Kenya or especially Sudan, they have potential to emerge as a I mean, coming out of developing country and may emerge as a developed country. But they have potential. But the problem is their political system, their civil war is going on, and some other thing. When it comes to I was mentioning this uh, natural resources that if a country owns good natural resources they can be developed country. I meant actually I was giving example of Arab country. I don't think I did not mean to insult or offend anyone, but I believe that most of Arab country, especially Saudi Arab or Kuwait, most of the income come from only oil, and so they don't have to worry much, at least for now. So that's what I think. In case of Africa, yes, you are right. They have natural resources, and still they are not doing good. But it is because of civil war. That's what I think.
Given the recent nosedive in the price of oil, these Arab nations might not be sitting so pretty after all. One of the ways that is often suggested here in Canada and throughout the developed world that we can aid third world countries is foreign aid. What are your thoughts on the subject of foreign aid?
You mean that giving actually foreign aid comes with some cost. I mean, like in case of India uh, and some other South Asian country, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, we do get some aids from developed country like US and UK. But I have seen that in return we have to sacrifice our foreign policy. Not in case of India though, but I have seen comments from my friend from Pakistan. They have been saying that okay, you may be getting aids from America, but don't compromise your foreign policy. Uh, Not only for aids for food, even they are fighting against terrorism. I'm talking about Pakistan. So they get some aids from US, but at the same time, I have seen people complaining. I have many friends from Pakistan. They have been complaining that their government is not loyal to their people. They have been they are not I mean they don't listen to their local people. They have, because of AIDS, they they follow what US says because they have to get some aid from them. So even in case of India, it used to happen, and even now to some extent it is happening, but not to that level.
At times, the aid money can be used to prop up a failing and repressive government, or even in the case of food aid, the people who control how that food gets distributed, can use it to shore up their own political support. So some of us here in the West are critical of how actually effective this aid can be, and whether in some cases it doesn't do more harm than good. There's another sort of foreign aid, um, sort of a misnomer to call it foreign aid, I suppose, but I'll use the term anyway, which I find is much more effective, which is when people, individuals come here to work, either permanently or as part of, say, the temporary foreign workers program, they often send a lot of the income they make back home to their relatives, people that are no doubt desperately poor, that use that money to buy food or pay for their housing. And actually, people here complain about this. They complain about the money leaving our country, but to me, it seems like a very nice form of foreign aid that it doesn't cost the taxpayer anything, and it's very targeted. It's directed to individuals and families, and not given to governments.
Uh, uh, Please clarify me if I am not wrong. You're talking about people who migrate from South, or maybe I must say that third world country to developed country like Canada, UK, and they work there, they earn money and send this money to home,
That's
and
yes, that's what I'm
so
talking.
it's a, so that's why you're okay, okay. Yeah, it's a nice way, but don't you think maybe you people may not like it because we are going there, we are eating your job. Maybe there's a job opportunity which could have gone to you, but since I have more talent and I came from another country, I'm getting this job. You are not getting it. Maybe you may not like it. That's what I
That's a
think.
very common sentiment here. Yes, that the foreigners are taking our jobs, and I think it's all nonsense though, because there's not a finite supply of jobs, and actually when people come here and work, that's benefiting that's creating wealth, and it's benefiting their employer. So, and I don't think it takes away from anybody's job. I think that people who are lazy or incompetent, they use the existence of an immigrant worker to sort of scapegoat their own failings in life.
Hmm. Uh, yes, yes, you are right, but I don't know. Even I won't like it. Yes, it is good for a country. It is good for Canada if one talented guy from India goes goes there and he works for Canada. He will add value to Canada economy. Sorry if I am pronouncing it in wrong way. So it is a good thing for Canada. You know, many Indian scientists they go to America, and I have heard, if I'm not wrong, almost 20% of scientists in NASA they are from India. So we Indian think in two ways. One is okay, we are proud of that 20% of scientists in NASA are Indian, and they earn money, they are living happily, and sometimes they give money back to India, so it is helping India as well, earning foreign exchange. But at the same time, we think that oh, this talent could have been used for India as well. The word known as brain drain. Uh, it is very famous in India because we see that many talented people go to America or UK or some European country because they are being awarded or they are being given good salary there. In India, we they don't since we are not that rich country, so we are not able to provide good salary to them. So it is two way. I mean, we think two way. One is positive. Okay, they are sending money, they are earning good name for India, but at the same time, maybe this talent could have been used for India and could add value to Indian economy, and it could have been good for India. So we think in a two way. But you are right. It is a good. I never thought like this that it could be substitute of foreign aid. That instead of giving foreign aid, you can invite people, especially in Canada. Like we were discussing last time, Canada doesn't have a large population there. Uh, and like Japan as well, they don't have a large population, so they can invite or they can allow people coming from other countries, especially third world country, work there, and shrinking population problem can be solved, and at the same time, foreign aid give, this problem of giving foreign aid can be resolved. This is a good way. I never thought of it, but you bring a very good point.
One advantage of globalism and the fluid movement of labor between countries is that now there's a sort of competition between nations to see who can draw the most talented, the most productive. So if a nation enacts uh, taxes which are too high on people that are creating a lot of wealth, or if they start to impose restrictive regulations on the economy, then people are going to leave that nation and go somewhere else. So it's sort of a warning sign that people have to sort of step up their act. And actually, in Canada, we too have this phenomenon of brain drain, where people Canadians will graduate from university and then move to the States where salaries are higher. So we've got the same problem here, and it's just I guess a way of telling us that we have to be, whoever it is, whichever country, we have to be the best nation in the world. We have to be the most competitive and have the lowest taxes and the best economy, and it's sort of an incentive for us to step up our act.
Hmm. When you are saying state, you mean United States, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
United States, yeah.
I have, yeah, I if I'm not wrong, but I don't think there is much salary difference between Canada or US. I mean, it's not as large as between India and any other country, maybe Canada or US. The difference is too high. Uh, uh, these days we are getting news on TV channel that one guy or one girl is getting a package, huge package, and when we convert it into rupees, it's very huge, and the numbers are very amazing. So these numbers, I mean, these package, these candidates are going to work in America or any other European country. So they are being offered in dollars. So salary is very huge. When we convert into rupees, and we think, oh my God, American or European, they earn such a good salary. So salary is very huge between India and any other developed country. So main drain problem, what is brain drain problem is, well, I mean, it is huge in case of India as compared to Canada. That's what I think, because salary, like I said, salary difference is huge between India and other countries.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. But I want to thank you for joining me for this broadcast, and hopefully we can have a lot more discussions in the coming weeks.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was not prepared. Like I said, because of interview and all other things. Next time I will come prepared, and I hope I will be speaking good English. This time I was fumbling and was making some grammatical mistake, and some mistake in pronunciation. And next time I will come prepared, and hope that would be good and systematic, and in good English. That would be good English. So,
I
thank you,
thought you
thank you,
did great, Vipin. Till next
thank.
time. See ya.